When somebody sustains a catastrophic injury, in particular a brain injury, it might be that as a result of the nature of the condition they have a long-term and lifelong need for care and support. And in cases of those nature, often the settlement might be in the form of what's called a periodical payment order. So that means that part of the compensation is awarded by way of an annual payment every year for each year of their life, and it represents a payment for their care needs. And there's several advantages to a periodical payment. They are index linked, so that means that they will rise each year in accordance with inflation, and to take account of the fact that carers' wages will increase. Periodical payments can also be structured, so if it's anticipated that an individual's needs are going to worsen or that their condition is going to deteriorate, it might be that the periodical payment is formulated in such a way that it will increase, say for example in 10 years post-settlement, to take account of that deterioration. When you're assessing a claim for compensation, particularly somebody who sustained a brain injury, it might be that it's difficult to assess what their life expectancy is. That's because the nature of their injury is complicated and complex, and no one has a crystal ball, so you can't determine how long that person is going to live, but we do the best that we can, and we use expert evidence to be able to do so. The periodical payment takes away that uncertainty, so the individual has the confidence that they'll always receive a payment each year for every year of their life. Another advantage of a periodical payment is that it's tax-free, so there's no tax payable on it, and it's just a guaranteed sum that an individual will know that they will always receive. If you've suffered an injury and you believe it to be somebody else's fault, or you think it's not as a fault of your own actions, then it might be important to consider whether you're able to claim for compensation. Importantly, it might be that it's due to an action or an omission from somebody else, or it might be that you can't remember what happened, because if you sustained a head injury or a serious brain injury, then due to the severity and the nature of the condition, it might be that you can't remember what happened. And at that stage, it's important to instruct or gain some legal advice so you can get guidance on whether you might be able to pursue a claim. And through the use of a solicitor, we can give you professional advice about contacting witnesses or making further investigations, so we can try and establish what happened and we can make some initial inquiries.